How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We just had an OG Bitcoin whale dumping Bitcoin, selling tens of thousands of Bitcoin, billions of dollars of Bitcoin. Let's go through this. Let's also talk about what's happening in the market. What do you need to know right now? Is this something to be scared of? Because we are seeing a pullback in Bitcoin's price. And the bears are saying, hey, that was the top. That's as good as you guys get. We are going down from here. The bulls are saying, hey, it's a nice pullback. Maybe I'll start a long position or I'll add a little bit at these levels. Let's talk about what to do. Let's also talk about the CPI. I'm giving my live reaction to it. And I think this will probably be the fastest video up on YouTube, except for live videos, talk about CPI, because it just came out as I started this intro. So if you like that, if you like these kinds of quick videos that give you all the information you need as soon as they can come out within 15 minutes of the news happening, hit subscribe underneath the video. Also hit the bell notification so you can see future videos as soon as they come out. You get notified. Notification squad is strong these days. Also, you may hear something in the background. The Bitcoin baby is here. He's here in a little spaceship toy, sitting on the ground. So not breathing into the mic like usual. If you do want to trade crypto, there are links underneath the video. You can check out BYDeFi. You can start trading in just a few minutes. And I've been loving this platform because you can actually trade crypto with crypto as collateral. Like you can trade XRP and use XRP and you get rewarded in XRP, which is kind of cool. You can also get some pretty big bonuses right now. They do have some new user bonuses. So check that out underneath the video. We also have this where they're giving away up to $10,000 in Bitcoin, depending on how much you trade and how much you deposit. So it's just free money. You might as well get it. There are also links to like Weeks and BTCC underneath the video. They have some pretty big deposit bonuses and trading competitions going on right now as well. All right, let's start with the CPI because that is what just came out. This is the chart of CPI. It's important not just to look at the headline number, but also look at the trend. Right? If people are like, oh, it came out at 2.6 and it was supposed to be 2.5. This is the start of inflation again. Well, look, it's just downtrend over time. So don't just only look at the expectations. Also look where we've come from. So let's see what CPI just came out at because it came out less than 2 minutes ago. It rises to 2.7% year over year versus the estimate of 2.6. The previous was 2.4. Okay, let's see if we have a core number. We have core coming in at 2.9 versus the expectation of 3. So depending on who you are, you're going to say, oh, CPI came in higher or lower than expected, just depending on like which way your bias leans, if you want this to be good or bad. But you can see the market's reaction over the last, actually, let's look at the 1 minute chart here. Doesn't look that impressive when it's this zoomed out, but over the last 1 or 2 minutes here, we have seen the market go up. So you can see this initial big jump from 116.9 thousand all the way up to 117.5. So the market likes the CPI print. Again, zooming out, it's still low. Like this is not worst case scenario by any means. So I think the Fed really does have the ability to lower rates if they want to. Obviously, we have PPI coming out tomorrow. But yeah, tariffs don't seem to be that big of an issue. Now, you might be asking, sorry for the background noise. There is a rattle toy. I know some people like it, some people hate it, but sometimes you have to work when there's a baby. Someone's got to watch them. So why is Bitcoin falling? Like, why are we falling down from this 123,000 that we hit yesterday down to 117? Some people are worried. Some people know what's actually happening. There's an OG whale that sold 80,000 Bitcoin, that held 80,000 Bitcoin. He sold about half of it. So he sold 5 billion Bitcoin. This definitely causes the price to go down. Like if someone goes and market dumps $5 billion worth of Bitcoin, it will send the price of Bitcoin down. Even if they're big buyers, the Bitcoin will be accumulated through OTC desks very slowly so it doesn't influence the price, and then it will be bought up. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. This just lowers the price for a few days until it gets bought up, and we can see so many people buying it. But congrats, like that's awesome. The person that bought this was a 2011 whale. So what was the price of Bitcoin in 2011? I think it was right around like $1 or $2. It was not very much. Yeah, it hit $10. It reached $1 for the first time. A few months later, it went to $10 and then $30. So yeah, this person made 100,000x. Good for them. Good for them. They should take some profits, unless they could get loans against and all that stuff. But you start off with 80,000, you make 5 billion, and you still hold half the stack. That's pretty good. So yeah, there are some people worried about the price action, but I'd also say this is just normal. This is completely normal for the price to go back down a little bit to retrace. Like in the past, we moved from 38,000 all the way up to 74,000. We got rejected there and went down 33%. And then from the bottom, we went up 120%. And then from there, we went back down 31%. So we went down 31 to 33% 2 times, then made big rallies upward. Recently, from 74 to this 123, we went up 67% in a very short time span. Like, this is only a few months. So it's completely normal for us to come back down a little bit. And what we've seen in the past is we actually came back down to prior resistances, textbook. So when we went up to 74 and came back down, we went to 49,000, which was the prior resistance. So 2 different times we went up to 48 and got rejected. Then we come up to 74, come back down, bounce perfectly, flipping resistance into support, then moving back up. And then we went up to 109, came back down, flipped this prior resistance at 74 into support at 74. So it's really bullish, actually. If we were to come down even further, if we came down to 112, this would kind of springboard us up to the next level. So I'm not surprised. I'm not worried. We can still see massive accumulation. Just yesterday, BlackRock bought $394 million worth of Bitcoin, which is almost 3,300 Bitcoin. They now hold 717,000 Bitcoin. There were some entities selling, like FBTC sold a little bit. ARKB sold $100 million worth of Bitcoin. But we also saw inflows into the ETH ETFs as well. So $259 million worth going into the ETH ETFs. We also see Solana, some Solana news. MEXC Treasury, which I'm not sure I've heard of. UPXI files for additional $200 million private placement to acquire more SOL for its treasury. So there are more altcoin treasury companies popping up all the time. Bitcoin backed loans just crossed $1 billion in collateral on Coinbase. That's pretty cool. I don't remember when they started this. Apparently January. I didn't really remember that they had this, but yeah, pretty awesome. I don't know what the interest rates or anything like that, but yeah, it's cool to see that people can get access to their crypto without necessarily selling it. And the S&P 500 looks good today. It looks like it may set a new high with it crossing 6,300 for the first time in history. The market looks good today because we got news of NVIDIA being able to sell AI chips back to China again. So this could boost revenue. Right now, NVIDIA's up like 4 or 5% in the pre-market. So yeah, the market looks good. This is important for crypto because obviously if like S&P 500 is hitting new all-time highs, it's just kind of like a magnet for Bitcoin and for other assets that, it makes more sense to invest in other assets that could do well if the S&P 500 seems overvalued, or people just go more risk on when everything seems to be doing well. So overall, I think we're in a good place. I would not be super worried about this whale selling. Keep in mind, like, there's only so much Bitcoin that these whales have, and MicroStrategy and BlackRock, they can buy forever. They are happy to scoop up some Bitcoin on the cheap. I say on the cheap. It's 117,000, guys. This is where we were, yesterday? Yeah, we were here 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And this is like last week's FOMO price. Like people would be FOMOing and people would love this price. And now we're at 117,000 and some people are worried. I'm not worried. Good accumulation opportunity if you are looking to buy. I saw someone ask recently, is now a good time to be buying? And I actually just made a video on this on the channel. I'll put that on the end screen if now is a good time to be buying crypto or not. Also, I just made a video kind of explaining how to trade cryptocurrency. not kind of. I made a video talking about how I trade crypto and how you can make really good returns. And these kinds of pullbacks are exactly what I look for. So I'll put that on the end screen too. Definitely check it out. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one.